There's 104 days of summer vacation and school comes
Greetings, the wheel of the internet. I am the great Matthew Squeak, and welcome to Squeal Talk Review. Phineas and Ferb was a really well-made and memorable show. Some may have called it a tad redundant or chaotic, but truthfully, that was part of its charm. It had a fun atmosphere, encouraged creativity, the music was catchy and fantastic, and its humor was brilliantly written. Yet, even for the best of shows, it has to come to an end. Else it runs the risk of going down the path of Fairly Odd Parents, SpongeBob, or The Simpsons. They've given us some great times and memorable music that we can cherish for a lifetime. But with an end comes a new beginning, for the creators have moved on, giving us their next great creation, Milo Murphy's Law. Based on that old saying by Murphy himself, what can go wrong will go wrong. The show is about the biggest jinx in all of history. Step aside, Eugene. There's a new king on this block. Can the next generation bring us just as much creativity and fun as the last? Let's take a double-featured look at Milo Murphy's Law.
Look at that sun, look at that sky.
Wait, I know that voice.
Look at that mailbox, look at that tree.
It's the king of parody himself, Weird Al. The creators have had so many fun, imaginative songs, and now you're telling me that they've got Weird Al on the project? What's more, he's Milo. He's the lead. Any misgivings I may have had are gone now. Bring it on! Look at the amount of stuff that happens in the opening.
Never boring even for a minute. It's my world and we're all living in it.
This guy is a walking disaster zone. That's strange. One of my lamps fell over. Funny, I thought that was bolted to the floor. No matter, probably nothing. Our first episode we're going to have a look at is Rooting for the Enemy, and we find ourselves at a prep rally getting introduced to our characters.
I never understood why people need a rally to get peppy.
The walking disaster zone, Milo, and Melissa, who I swear looks like Vanessa and Candace were hit with a blender-inator or something, and this is the result.
Oh, hey, Melissa. Mind if I join you?
Phineas, you look so round.
Hello, Milo.
Hi, Bradley.
Bradley is played by Vincent Martella, which is, you guessed it, also played Phineas Flynn Fletcher. We return to the worst prep rally ever.
I'm not gonna lie to you. We're gonna lose today, and we're gonna lose hard. Middletown Middle School has intentionally failed all its best 8th grade players for 6 years straight now.
I know that you know that you're going to lose, and let's face it, look at this team. Not the most buff of football players. But come on, dude, haven't you seen every underdog movie ever? It ain't over until it is over.
Oh yeah, and in the meantime, let's enjoy some peppy songs from our Jefferson County Middle School defunded marching band.
Stop, 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 stop! This is a lesson for every school out there. Do not defund your marching band, or else they will sound like this.
Now that makes me feel peppy.
No, Milo, don't tap. Remember what happened last time?
What happened last time?
So after walking away from one disaster, Milo reveals that he does not attend these football games so that the Geckos can continue their winning streak. Yeah, apparently these guys have a winning streak.
I do get nice thank you notes from the team, though. You know, for staying away.
Milo and I have had...
Probably nothing. I'm sure everything is just fine.
We used to bowl, but now we do things without dangerously heavy round objects. Like play cards.
It's still safer than bowling!
I'm sure that's a very normal sound when things fly off the screen. Watch. This is a very violent program! Zach really wants his friends to attend his first game, and luckily...
Hey, Milo, Coach said you could come to this game because it's the one game you can't ruin on account of we're gonna lose.
Apparently, Milo just has his ways of things working out. We buzz through a little chaos at home as Milo and Melissa prepare to leave.
In public. Oh, sorry, DOG. No dogs at the football game.
The dog is called DOG? I believe medals are in order to be awarded. I know not how many fathers have answered the question, what should we call the dog? With the DOG or other jokes to make their young ones giggle. And you guys have done it. You've taken this dad joke and boosted it to an all new level. What more could we ask from a world to have a dog to be named DOG? We arrive at the field and the teams begin to square off.
It's a good thing we're right next to a hospital.
Hey, look, here come the geckos.
Is anyone tired of me? Thank you.
Are you sure these guys have a winning streak?
Hey, do you mind? Oh, DOG, you should go home.
I don't know which way is front. The geckos continue to get their butts beaten by the much larger and stronger tigers. All the while, the show tries to staple in jokes here and there.
Oh!
Suzette, get your crepe Suzette here.
Stinky cheese.
Beignets.
Oh, I'll take two.
Sorry, we are closed.
Wow, French food at a football game?
They tried selling German sausages, but they were the worst.
Yep, that's how that one was written. Naturally, the Gecko fans are not taking too kindly to their team losing.
Who would have guessed the game would be ruined? Color me surprised. What's the one thing that's different at this game?
Seriously, you're really telling me this is the best middle school league in this area?
I don't know. I'm not usually here.
Maybe things would have gone better if you cheered for the other team.
Yeah. Go Tigers!
Light bulb.
Give me all the merchandise you've got for the Middletown Tigers.
Nice.
I got a big foam finger. I got a new routine. I'm gonna turn the tables, remove all the enemy.
Now this is how you do a musical number. It's catchy, it's original, it's fun, it rocks. I'm fairly certain that this falls under some form of cheating, but good luck proving that one. It's a great song to get stuck in your head and sing to yourself over and over.
Okay, Geckos, come on, bring it in. I know I said we were gonna lose this game, but you guys didn't listen to me, and I'm glad. Now we're only behind by 2 points. So get out there and continue not listening to me, you understand?
So, does that mean we shouldn't listen to you starting now, or before when you chose not to listen to you?
I'm so confused. What did you say? Should I listen to you now, or do we listen to you later? Or should we begin listening now, or listening to you later, or listening to you later now, and listening to you later then, and then listening to... Who are we listening to again? I have completely lost track of what I'm doing. Where's my script? Well, with one last turn of events and everything falling to pieces, the Geckos score one last time to win the game.
What? This has got to be a dream. That means I can do anything. Maybe I can fly.
So Milo is the hero of the day, and the crowd enters the ceremoniously carry-on shoulders routine, and absent-mindedly forget the perils of doing such things.
Are you guys okay?
I think I broke my thumb.
Milo has his own suite at the hospital. Because of course he does. I'm just surprised this guy has lived this long. And we close with the best named dog ever.
Yoshi, go home. He's not supposed to be at the hospital.
That one was awesome. The music was just as great as ever. Most of the humor was chuckle-worthy, and I must say that the characters thus far have been enjoyable and likable. I like that even though Milo has to miss out on fun things like football games and have all kinds of other tragedies happen, he never seems to let it get to him. It's like he's immune to depression. And after a fun episode like that, I'm more than excited for the second half of this episode, and as long as no unforeseen string of bad luck happens, we're going to jump right into hamster pellets. Okay, power's back, and this time we've got multiple power backups in place. So we're headed right back into the danger zone of Milo Murphy's Law with Sunny Side Up. It starts as a seemingly normal day in the world of Milo Murphy's Law when the teacher hands out the next assignment.
All right, class. Today we are starting on a new physics project. This will test everything you've learned about gravity, inertia, and weight distribution. All things I utilized in making this beautiful desk. Solid oak. Took me the better part of 21 weeks.
Where's this going?
Weeks of solitude, just me, the wood.
Do I need to fish out some sensor bars? Where's this going? This is getting weird. Make it stop.
If you work hard, someday you too may own a special desk. Not this one though. This one's mine.
The assignment is the classic egg drop. And for those unfortunate enough to not have this as a school project or day camp activity themselves, let me explain it to you.
To fully explain the egg drop, you must first be versed in the basics of gravity and inertia. To begin with, gravity...
Without putting you to sleep, you get an egg. Eggy is going to be dropped from a high location, such as a roof, a cliff, or a fireman's ladder. The goal is to keep Eggy from going splat. Thus, you must build a container or contraption to keep the egg safe on its re-entry to Earth. It's a lot of messy fun as egg carnage is everywhere.
Now you will all be breaking into teams of 3. So I guess you 3 will be a team then?
Cowards.
You have chosen wisely.
So it's time for Team Milo to build a contraption to save their egg.
I got 8 dozen eggs. That should last us.
Fatality.
Like I said, I got 4 dozen eggs.
Amateurs!
Wow.
That's a lot of eggs.
I've got a grade point average to protect.
You think that's maybe a little bit overkill?
Fatality.
No, I do not think it is overkill.
Touché.
So, shall we get cracking?
That's exactly...
No egg puns.
Thank you, Melissa. The last thing we need is for the bad pun detector to go off again. Come to think of it, why is it that Melissa isn't bothered by Milo's uniqueness? We know why Zach's here, watched the first episode for that one, but Melissa's one that always keeps her cool whenever things get chaotic. There doesn't seem to be any hidden agenda or crushing going on, but there's got to be a story behind this. Make it happen! Make that flashback episode! We return to the plot as the trio go on an egg massacre, going through one failed design after another, with another typical musical interlude.
Don't break me. Don't wanna be your lightning rod.
Okay, this one really isn't as good. They can't all be winners, but I do still appreciate the originality of it. They could have easily just picked a pop song at random, like a certain other show does.
Did you just put an egg in your pocket?
Yeah?
What are the chances of that ending well?
It is approximately 3,720 to 1.
After so many failed attempts, they finally create a drop cage to withstand any and all obstacles.
Dash 9.
I say we just call it Big Bertha.
I'm not naming them anymore. I don't want to get attached.
Okay, looking good.
Wait. Okay.
Yeah, better his neck than hers. With an ace in the hole, it's decided to keep the contraption and egg as far away as possible from Milo till the time of the drop.
Look out! No break! Hi, kids.
Hi, Mr. Murphy. We gotta go. Bye.
It's genetic! It's genetic! They will spread throughout the world! It will be the end of us! Aside from a few bad dreams, Egg and Big Bertha arrive safe and sound to school. But you should know by now how things go in this show.
Heads up!
No. That was our last one. Now we can't even compete.
I am so sorry, Melissa.
But that egg from the pocket has miraculously survived the world of Milo.
Never tell me the odds.
And with that, we're off to the drop zone.
And FYI, a tremendous portion of my self-esteem is wrapped up in my grade point average, but, you know, no pressure.
You know, I made that pencil you're holding.
And that, boys and girls, is what happens when a teacher is too friendly with their desk. Teams step up to the plate one by one and fail.
I cannot emphasize weight distribution enough. Think of my desk. I know
Roll, Kate?
Lady, I don't want to know any more about you and your desk. With Bradley's team the one to beat, Big Bertha steps up to the plate.
Yes.
And gets a little distracted.
Hey, is this the cafeteria service entrance?
No.
Bouncing ridiculously all over town, almost to the point where we fed up with his gimmick, but the last second it takes a beeline for the ground and successfully destroys every egg it comes across!
I gotta deliver all these eggs.
Fatality.
All except one. Team Milo receives an A, and let me guess, we end with a bad egg pun.
Well, I guess the yolk's on.
I said no egg puns!
Thank you, Melissa. Well, it's not quite Phineas and Ferb, but I have to say I still quite enjoyed it. These characters are just as delightful as the Phineas and Ferb cast, and I love how they managed to keep the air of improbability. Screw reality and physics, we're making Big Bertha pinball through traffic. The art style that we've come to love is still the same. I almost expect Phineas and the gang to just walk through the background at some point. With Dan and Jeff at the helm, anything's possible. And oh, the music. They still manage to bore their songs into our heads to get stuck there. Rooting for the enemy is still ringing in my head. It was that good. Another point to bring up is their way of sticking little things throughout the show. Things you may not notice or catch the first time around, making it enjoyable multiple times through. I give this show a thumbs up. If I had thumbs. It's good, it's fun, so go check it out. I am the great Matthew Squeak, and this is Squirrel Talk Review. I thank my loyal subjects for watching. Please like and subscribe to me, and then you may go watch Milo Murphy's Law. You may also donate monies to me on Patreon. It'll help the channel out a lot if you so willing.